Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Bryan. Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers are sure to have a new quarterback in 2022, and several have been speculating that it will be an experienced veteran to boot. In fact, and if you buy into the gambling odds as being any sort of an indicator, it now seems as though San Francisco 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is the favorite to land with the Steelers during the offseason via a trade. Some betting sites have his odds as low as plus 300 right now. So, could indeed Garoppolo land with the Steelers during the offseason? Well, I would say the odds of that happening are better than one of either Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, or Matt Ryan landing with the Steelers in the coming weeks. Here's the thing that we think we do know right now, and that's the fact that Garoppolo has likely played his last snap with the 49ers. On Tuesday, Chris Biderman, who covers the 49ers for the Sacramento Bee, reported that Garoppolo has now said his reps and the 49ers are working together on finding a trade partner. That, however, is not a bit shocking. So, how about some more specifics when it comes to Garoppolo and a possible trade? For starters, he is currently under contract with the 49ers for the 2022 season and is due a base salary of $24.2 million. That's also the final year of his deal as well. In short, if the Steelers were to trade for Garoppolo, they would need to figure out if they want to sign him to an extension right away or just let him play out his final contract year in his hopes of increasing his value. Like it or not, Garoppolo would probably be looking for a new money average of at least $30 million as part of an extension and a good bit of guaranteed money to go along with that. $30 million also feels like the floor on the heels of him helping to guide the 49ers to the NFC Championship game this season. Yes, the Steelers could afford to acquire Garoppolo from a salary cap standpoint as we sit here today. They could also afford to give him an extension as well that would undoubtedly lower his 2022 cap charge some in the process. Doing so would tie him to the Steelers for at least 2 seasons more than likely, and maybe even 3. Now that we have the financial end of the Garoppolo deal covered, focus needs to be shifted to what it would cost the Steelers to acquire the quarterback. The Philadelphia Eagles agreed to trade quarterback Carson Wentz to the Indianapolis Colts last offseason for a 2021 third-round draft pick and a conditional 2022 second-round pick that could possibly turn into a first-rounder. That might not be a great comparison, however, because at the time Wentz was traded, he was under contract with the Eagles through the 2024 season. Would the Steelers be willing to give up a similar amount of draft capital for a veteran quarterback with just 1 year left on his current deal? Probably not. The 49ers' asking price for Garoppolo will likely be the biggest component of any sort of off-season trade that includes him. They will have some suitors for sure, and it won't be shocking if the Steelers are one of them. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin goes way back with 49ers general manager John Lynch as well as the two were together in Tampa Bay. Because of that, it makes you wonder if the two have possibly already had discussions about a deal for Garoppolo this past week. On top of that, Lynch is sure to be at the Senior Bowl this week, and we know that Tomlin and Steelers general manager Kevin Colbert are already there as well. Should the Steelers ultimately decide they want Garoppolo, such a deal would probably be consummated ahead of this year's draft. I don't know if such a deal will ultimately go down, but from where I sit right now, I won't be too shocked if such a trade does wind up happening. All I can tell yins right now is to stay tuned. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with myself and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.